before we open these, something else arrived. It's a little too big to fit in frame. Right now, to keep people out of the stores, Princess Auto has free shipping. So I ordered a couple of things that are on sale, and another thing that's not on sale, but it's a better price than I always see everywhere else. I got this for around $20, and the cheapest I can find is at least maybe $5 or $6 more anywhere else. Maybe there's another deal out there somewhere, but this is good enough. And the reason I wanted this is because my old mat is way too small. I've outgrown it long ago, and this small one isn't garbage. It'll be a good mat for the overflow workspace. Perfect fit. That's more like it. Although I don't know what's going on with this sub counter. It's having emotional problems. Maybe the YouTube API is busted. Now I can add these items to the collection. Starting with this 8-outlet power bar. The reason I bought this, which was on sale, it very closely resembles another branded one that I have here, which I also got on sale for a similar price long ago, a couple of years maybe. And I liked it so much I thought I'm going to get this second one. Given the compact size of it, it's good to have around close by on the workbench. My other one is over here in Linux and internet land. Don't they look kind of identical right down to these plastic end pieces on there? One of them got a brand name, one of them ain't. As long as it allows electrons to flow to the workbench, it'll do. I also got these 8 sanding swabs, which have a sanding surface on each side. And those are good for if you need to file something down in a tight spot. You just get one of these in there. And when they were on sale, I double-checked prices on eBay and things like that. Seemed like a good enough deal. Now, this is called sticker, which doesn't make much sense. And that's because it's a pair of tweezers, reverse tweezers. These will be the ones I ordered a while ago, even though I recently found some in the dollar store as a backup. Now these came in. The tips on there are aligned perfectly from my perspective. These do require a lot of force, so with these I can use them as a clamp. Even maybe for something like a hot soldering iron tip, if I want to pull this out and exchange it for another one. Otherwise, you can hold wires when you're trying to solder them, and you just need to hold them at a distance and keep them somewhere without burning yourself. This says module, but I have my suspicions. Dupont wires in the different lengths, and these look like the longer. So I think these are 20 centimeters. We have the usual male to male, female to female, male to female. Because my other supply is running low, and a lot of these are walking away and staying permanently in other projects. So I gotta get stocked up. This says Knife Crafts Razor. I do believe it's a knife similar to this because I ordered a couple of those. Partly because, yeah, the green one. Partly because I used up one of my other knives. Oh, it's got extra blades too. One of my other knives is kind of tied up on that Arduino circle cutter project. I can liberate it because it is only hot glued, but I wanted spares anyway. So it's similar style, similar size, but this one has a little grip area on it. Let's use these tweezers as a way to get into that space. There you go. Good to have all kinds of tools, even different sizes and angles, straight, curved. And I also wanted these extra blades because I've been using my other couple of knives with the same blade for a couple of years, I think. It's time to swap those out. So let's use this to open the next one. Expansion board module. Oh yeah, that's sharp. I better stay clear of that. I've cut myself before, and this is indeed an expansion board module that can't be ripped open. That is sharp. I wonder if I should order one of those scalpels. Those should be sharp. So we have a module and the header pins. What is this? Oh, I see a current sense resistor. Looks like maybe this will fit screw terminals for an input. Looking in one of the part drawers, I see a screw terminal. Looks like this will do the job. I think this is an INA 282, and it looks like it's one of those sensors with an analog output, as opposed to a sort of serial interface bus. These bidirectional low or high side voltage output current shunt monitors, INA 282, are available for around somewhere over $4. Here's one example listing, and I got mine for this price as well, $4.51, but I paid no shipping. As is the trend lately especially, there's ridiculous shipping added to everything. And this module interface is a lot simpler than another one I've used, like the INA 219, which has an I2C interface. This one just has an analog voltage output to represent the current. And probably copied straight from the datasheet. Here's some stuff. And here's the other INA 219 that I was using with an I2C bus. The problem I was having with this in certain cases, I wanted to take faster current measurements as soon as the Arduino is capable of taking a measurement. Just take a reading and be done. But having to do this analog to digital conversion and wait for that to complete and communicate over the bus, this couldn't keep up with my need for more instantaneous readings. So I was actually missing measurements because I had things where power was applied, I wanted to take a measurement, and then power's taken away quickly and then reapplied. I want to take another measurement. This thing was just reading random positions that I couldn't control. So I'm going to try out the INA 282. This one has a much simpler interface, and I'm not sure about the lag required if I'm going to take a reading, even though there may be an analog voltage here waiting as soon as I'm ready. Maybe there's a little settling time here. I don't know how fast this circuit can respond to changes in the load current, but it should do a lot better. This is another one of those expansion board modules that I don't really believe to be true. Headers, as usual, for PCB projects or even breadboard projects where, yeah, these are the good ones that are small enough to easily fit in a breadboard without destroying it. So any sort of Arduino modules where you want to put a bunch of headers on and throw those on a breadboard, those are perfect for that. So just adding to the restocking efforts, eventually I will have everything I need. Yeah, right. Looks like that sub counter is still confused. It'll sort itself out. And that's our stuff for this week, including this mat itself. Much needed. So yeah, we have a bunch of new tool type stuff, parts restocking, and this current sense module that I'm certainly going to try to put to use sometime soon. That sensor is really going to be helpful when it comes down to needing to do current sensing, and sometimes it's better to have an analog reading, sometimes it's better to have digital. So I look forward to checking this one out. Well, thanks everyone for checking out today's mailbag. Thanks to Patreon supporters for helping me accumulate all this stuff and put it to good use. I'll see you in the next video.